to start with our first signee. This is Katie Allen. She is signing to Chicago State University. Basketball scholarship. Congratulations. We want to congratulate, starting with our football players. We have a set of twins, Chaz and Christian Lumpkin. We want to congratulate them on a full scholarship to Grand Valley State. If I can have your attention once again, we want to congratulate Noah Listerman, signing a full scholarship to Michigan State University. We'd like to congratulate David Sparks. He's got a full scholarship to Pikeville. We want to congratulate now David Long. He's got a full scholarship to West Virginia University. We want to give congratulations to George Brown Jr., who's signing his letter of intent, full scholarship to Louisiana State University. Last but not least, we have Marcus Davis, who is signing with Cal PA, full scholarship, football. Thank you.
Hey, welcome to Northwest High School. My name is Joe Pollitt, the athletic director here at Northwest High School, and on behalf of our administrative staff and the administration of our school district, I want to thank you for joining us for this very special and proud day. A couple thank yous before we begin. First, I'd like to thank the administrative team here at Northwest, our principal, Ms. Susan Smith, also our assistant principals, Mr. George Sturgeon, Mrs. Libby Stiles, Mr. Casey Schurz. Joining us today also from our district office, Mrs. Pauletta Crawley and Dr. Andrew Jackson. I'd also like to thank a couple other individuals that are here today. In terms of keeping our athletes always healthy for these guys for the past 4 years, we have Dr. Steve Daly from UC Health and Ms. Caitlin Braun from NovaCare. Also, a big thank you to our athletic secretary, Mrs. Jamie Parker, and our assistant athletic director, Ms. Amanda Robinson. Without their help, we would not be here today, and this would not be possible. So thank you to everyone here. But also, today is a day for the families, not just the athletes here today, but you guys as family, friends, supporters of these 13 young men and women over the last 4 years and even prior to that. We want to thank you guys as families. We want to thank the coaches and also the staff members, who are here, but also those of you that have played such an integral part in these 13 lives. Again, the 13 seniors that are here today represent 5% of our senior class. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find another high school in the city that's going to have 13 kids up on their stage in the same afternoon that we do today. And these seniors have been with us for all 4 years. They were together at Pleasant Run. They've been together for 4 years here at Northwest High School, and that's pretty special as well. This is the largest group that we've had in my 4 years here at Northwest, so I would ask for some patience here as we get to taking the pictures a little bit later in the ceremony. But how it's going to flow, in just a second, I'm going to let these student athletes introduce themselves. They'll tell you who they are, the sport that they do, and then where they're going to go to college, what they're going to study. We'll invite their coaches up to speak briefly about each one of the 13. At that point, we'll invite parents and immediate family members to the stage for some pictures. The kids will sign the documents that they have, and we'll do the pictures there. And then we'll invite you guys to join us for refreshments here at the end. We have some drinks and cookies for the afternoon here, and you'll feel free to take pictures again at that point. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and let the players introduce themselves, and we'll start with Shane down here at the end.
Stand up.
My name is Shane Bowen. I'll be attending Ohio Dominican University for football, and I'm going to study biology.
My name is Darius Hayes Caruth. I'll be going to Muskegon University and I'll be studying physical therapy.
My name is Devon Jackson. I'll be attending Marion University to run track and play football. I'll be studying theater, production, and technology.
My name is Tom McCowan, and I will be going to Capitol University, and I will be studying marine biology.
My name is Cortez McGinnis. I'll be attending Ohio Dominican University to play football and I will be studying computer science.
My name is Brandon Schoen. We go to Notre Dame College to play football and study business.
My name is Allison Mathis. I'm going to California State University Bakersfield to play soccer, and I'll be studying math education.
My name is Will Cunningham. I'll be going to the Mount St. Joseph University to play soccer, and I'll be studying health and wellness.
My name is Jeff Kesmerich. I'm going to Muskegon University to play soccer and to study history and political science.
My name is Susan Thielen. I'm going to UC Claremont to play volleyball and I'm going to study physical therapy. My name is Emma Lahar. I'm going to UC Claremont to study pre-nursing and I'm playing volleyball.
I'm Sydney Wilsbach. I'll be going to Mount St. Joseph University to play volleyball, and I'm studying biology.
My name is Matt Pluga. I'm going to Mount St. Joe University, and I'll be playing golf and studying business administration.
All right, thank you guys. At this time, we'll invite the coaches up to speak. We'll begin with Coach Lindsay Long from volleyball.
Hi. This is always a neat day. I have had the privilege of having 10 of these 13 amazing student athletes up here in the classroom as their teacher. Without the classroom piece, none of this would be possible, and all of them put just as much dedication into the classroom as they do onto the golf course, the volleyball court, the soccer field, the football field, and the track. Everything that they do, these young student athletes really need some kind of commendation for, because they're such a unique group of kids. So I just wanted to say congratulations to everybody first. With volleyball, our motto this year was, everybody has the will to win, but not everybody has the will to prepare to win. These three girls up here, Susan, Emma, and Sydney, embodied that whole passion for our program, leading our team to the first ever, or the first conference championship in 21 years. And it started with these girls 6 years ago in the middle school. So I'm going to say a little bit about each one of them real quick. I'm going to start first with Susan Freeman. She's a 3-year varsity player for the Northwest Knights. She was our libero, which is pretty much the defensive specialist who goes in the back row for anybody at any given time. And a lot of people who don't watch volleyball a whole lot have a lot of questions about why there's somebody on the court in a different colored jersey. Well, she's on the court in a different colored jersey because she stands out, and she stood out in our program big time. A word that I'd use to describe Susan would be passionate. She was the first one to always ask, what can we do different? What can I do different to improve? How can I do this? How can I do that? Very coachable young student athlete, and her coaches are going to be lucky to have her. This year she finished 15th in the SWAC and digs, but last year in 2013 she led the SWAC and came in second in the city in digs with 422. Which is pretty impressive. She was in the top 15 percentile in pass points in the city, and could just go in for absolutely anybody at any given time, and was pretty incredible. Her best match of the season was definitely our tournament game this year against CJ. She went out, if you have to see it to believe it, but she finished the game with 24 digs, just an incredible student athlete. She's going to be incredible at UC Claremont, and I'm very lucky to have had the privilege to have coached her. Emma Mahar is another 3-year varsity player, probably the most well-rounded player I've had the opportunity to coach in my 6 years here at Northwest. My word that describes Emma is heart. she never gave up. This year for her wasn't probably her ideal year. She tore her ACL, probably her MCL or meniscus, absolutely everything you can do in our last open gym in the off season. Not the best opportunity before your senior season. However, it didn't stop her. Every other day at practice, she'd come in and ask, what can I do? What can I do to help? What can I do to improve? I still want to play in college. What can I do to get better for club? And she did it. And she did it with a smile on her face, even though it wasn't a role that she wanted to do. However, in the past, she was one of our top setters, one of our right sides. She got thrown in for outside. She was a DS. In 2013, even though she didn't get to play on the court this year, she was 8th in the league in assists, which is huge, and probably our most accurate and aggressive server on the team, which we definitely missed out on this year, for sure. She's been a leader on our court and in club volleyball since 2011, and probably my most memorable game of Emma's was our second Harrison match last season, not this season. The first Harrison match was pretty ugly, if anybody was there. But our second one, I think Emma really came into her own. She finished the game with over 16 assists. She was all over the court, and that's pretty impressive when you have two setters at the same time. But she would have dove through the wall for any of her teammates at any time. So coaching Emma was probably one of the most special experiences of my life. So congratulations, Emma. And Sydney Wilsbach is a 4-year varsity starter for our program. Again, all of these young ladies are just so special to me because they're the ones I started with 6 years ago when I came into the program. The word that I would use to describe her is perseverance. She never stopped. She had to be the leader on the court, the leader off the court at all given times. The setter is the quarterback, the pitcher, all of those things for a team. And when Emma went down this year, she didn't have a partner to back her up. So Sid had to lead the court pretty much by herself to lead the offense, which she couldn't have done without Susan, or else we wouldn't have had one. She's been a captain for 2 years. She was the third in the SWAC in assists with 525, which is huge. She was the Knight Award winner in 2014, second team All-City 2013 and 2014, which we've never at Northwest had somebody that was an All-City player for 2 years in a row at volleyball, so that is a first. Congratulations. First team All-SWAC 2014, second team All-SWAC 2013, and honorable mention in 2012. Just an incredible athlete. If you're the setter on the team, you touch every second ball. She did so with a smile on her face. She gets 400 touches in a practice to the other girls getting 20, and she just never stopped. She is going to be a true asset to any program that she's in, and the college or the Mount St. Joseph University is truly lucky to have her. My most memorable game of Sydney's, and then I will stop, I promise. I could just go on and on about all of these girls, was in 2011, her first game as a freshman. She didn't speak to anyone. She was really kind of afraid of the big seniors on the team, and it's kind of an intimidating experience. We ended up losing the game in 3, but in the first set, she served 18 points in a row, and no one on the team knew what to say or to do because we had this little freshman who was 5'1", out there with a smile on her face, serving 18 balls in a row, and I knew at that time she was going to be special and a leader. So I'm just so proud of all of my girls, so congratulations to you and to everybody up here today.
Okay, next we'd like to introduce, speaking for Allison Mathis, her club coach, Mr. Doug Bracken.
First, I'd like to thank Northwest High School for inviting me to come and speak. Allison Mathis. I've known Allison since she was 12 years old, and she actually played for a rival team, and she tortured us. And I always admired her abilities on the field, even though I didn't know her personally. So a couple years ago, we had the opportunity to have her come play for us. And at the time when we were making the decision, I didn't have a lot of room on my team, honestly. And so I talked to Allison about playing on our second team. And I would, have her come and train with my team. And so she came to train, and the first week, I realized there's no way that this kid can play on our second team. So we made room for her on our top team. And it is one of the best club teams in the country at our age group. And what I can say about Allison is that the word competitive is probably the thing that, embodies her the most. She's just not going to let people beat her. In fact, she takes pride in beating other people. And that's honestly a rare quality in female athletes, is she prides herself on making players look bad. And not in a bad way, using her skill and her brain and those things. So to her credit, because of her personality and her competitiveness, she's come in very seamlessly and been an absolute asset for us. And we've asked her to do really almost everything. She's played in the back, in the midfield, she's even played up front. She never asked why. She's dealt with some unusual physical ailment that she just deals with. And so for me, I've been doing this 23 years now, and she's a kid that I'll always think of and remember when you think about kids who, just are the kind of kids you want to be around and coach. And so I love her personality, her bite, her edge, and sometimes that scares coaches, but I absolutely love it. So Cal State Bakersfield, very lucky to get a player like Allison, and I'm looking forward to the last few months that I get to be around her, and then watching her college career. I know that she'll be very successful because in her world on the soccer field, failure is not an option. So she'll figure out a way to help that program get better and get herself out there. So I'm very proud to have been able to coach you, and looking forward to our last bit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next up is our head football coach, Nate Mahan.
First off, I want to say congratulations to everybody up here, and hopefully there's more to come with spring signings. I'm looking forward to that day too, because I don't think we're done just yet. Thank you for everyone who's coming. It's definitely a great day for Northwest High School. If you can look around and just take a quick peek, this place is almost packed, which is awesome. And it seems like it just continues to get better and better and better. And we're fortunate to have our high school inside of a great district as well, because people on the other side of the district are doing this too, and it's exciting for both sides. So this district is doing a lot of great things, our high school is doing a lot of great things, and it's really awesome to be a part of it. And it starts with these kids, because they're doing it and helping us, and everyone's looking good. It's nice to have great kids that are doing the right things. As far as football goes, Shane Baldwin's going to Ohio Dominican, Darius Hayes Caruth is going to Muskingum, Devon Jackson is doing track and football at Marion University over in Indianapolis, which is very exciting. Ty McGowan is going to go to Capital. Cortez McGinnis is going to go to Ohio Dominican as well. And Brandon Schoen is going to go to Notre Dame College to join some of his buddies up there from last year. So very proud of all these guys. And I want to speak to those, to my football guys first, and just let them know how proud I am of all of them. And again, the guys that hopefully will be signing in the spring as well. The crowd just continues to get bigger, and that usually means more wins, and it has. And they are going to continue to leave the program better than it was when they found it. And I don't know how we can continue to keep getting better, but they are, and they have. And we continue to get more competitive, and we've been to the playoffs 3 years in a row now, and they're just doing an awesome job really helping our program and leading by example. So thank you guys, all of you, tremendous football players, and we'll miss you. As far as all the student athletes up here, again, congratulations to you guys. I've had the opportunity to see some of you in class, see some of you in the hallways. Jeff punted for a while for us, so again, I have Susan in class. A little guy I talk to all the time. He said he's playing quarterback every day. I see him, so again, you guys are doing a great job in leaving this place better than you found it too. So again, thank you very much from a teacher and staff perspective. Last thing I'll tell you, make sure you tell your families thank you, because they had a huge hand in this. They've done a great job, and thank you for you guys who have been here. And really, this day should be an opportunity day. It's not necessarily a signing or an announcement. It's an opportunity day is what it is. You guys have an opportunity to continue to better yourselves, go to college, use your sport to get it done, and hopefully you guys will better yourselves and have an opportunity to do so and continue to be ambassadors for our school and our district as you move forward with your future. So thank you, good luck, and continue to be an ambassador for our school at Northwest. All right? Thank you, guys.
Okay, next for boys soccer will be Coach Austin Morgan.
All right, first things first, congratulations to everybody. It's exciting for me especially because not far removed, I was sitting where you guys are sitting, and now I'm congratulating my first two guys signing to college. It's a huge step for you guys, being a student athlete in college. The commitment you guys put in, it's bar none, you guys are the best. So congratulations, and one thing I gotta say is it's unfortunate I haven't been able to coach Jeff and Willie longer. This year you guys were a huge part of the team, and I couldn't imagine having 4 years with you guys, because one was great. So again, congratulations. You guys will do awesome.
And our final coach to speak today will be our golf coach, Mr. Chris Wagner.
Matt Paluga. I'm just going to, if I just say that word out there right now, a lot of you would just automatically look at him and just laugh because he's one of the goofiest kids I've ever met in my entire life. And I mean that in a positive way. His personality is just one of those where, you know, him and I got along really well because we would just goof off a lot of time in practice and have a lot of fun. He was always one of those kids at practice. It was just, he didn't want to do his 3-footers every single time we worked on that. He wanted to have a competition. He wanted to play. You know, even though it wasn't a match, he wanted to do something competitive every single time. Him and I would go head-to-head quite a bit. I'd win some, I'd lose some, but we always had a good time, and him and the other guys. He was great, just moving around. Sometimes he would kind of stop where he was, move around to help the other guys out. And, you know, he was by far, the last few years, just absolutely the best one, bar none. I've said it to anyone who I've talked to. He was by far the hardest worker I've ever coached. I just finished my 7th year. And he came in as a freshman, about a foot shorter than he is, nonstop running mouth the entire time, being his goofy self. And just, you could tell right away he just loved the game. And the game of golf is a really fun game just to play and just to learn all the values about it. And he was just ready for it. And along the way, he learned so many. I can't even tell you how proud I am of him. Just the way he's pushed himself no matter what. My absolute favorite story was at sectionals this year. He played not a great back 9 or front 9, and he was just struggling. He was frustrated, and I said, "Look, you know, you got a choice." He's like, "I know. Well, let's go." And he was ready for the back 9. Ended up shooting 2 over on the back 9. On the last hole, we kind of told him where he was. Hey, if you par this hole, you'll be in a playoff to get off to districts. He had to hit a shot over a tree. About 130 yards away. He knocks on the green 25 feet, and he's frustrated because he didn't hit it closer. I mean, that was Matt. Then he had a putt to you know, get into districts, and he came up a little short, and he was mad because he didn't make it. I mean, that was Matt every single time. He just wanted to do better and be. It was just, like I said, one of the most competitive kids and the hardest working kids I've ever coached in my coaching years. So, Matt, I'm so proud of you. I can't even tell you. You're kind of almost been like a son to me these 4 years that I've coached you. So I'm extremely proud of you, and I can't wait to watch you play next year and the years going forward. So congratulations.
Okay, at this time, we'd like to invite the immediate family members to the stage. You'll stand behind your athlete. We'll do the signing. This will be time for other family members to come to the front and take some pictures. We'll get some pictures here on our end as well.
All right, good morning, everybody.
We will go ahead and get started here with our signing ceremony. I want to welcome everybody to Colerain High School. My name is Phil Joseph. I'm our Assistant Athletic Director. I'm also one of our assistant football coaches, so it's a special day for me, just like it is for everybody else out there. We're glad you're here to help these guys celebrate, and this year Madison as well. In the past, we've always done 2 separate signing ceremonies. We've done a 7 a.m. football only, and later on in the day had a separate one for all the rest of our sports. And this year we felt like there was really no need to do that, so we've added to our celebration here this morning. So we've got 5 individuals in front of us who are here representing their the 2 sports, girls soccer and football. And they've done a great job for the 4 years that they've been here. They have worked really, really hard to get to this point, and today is about not only kind of symbolizing the end to their career here and the start of their career somewhere else, but it's also to recognize all of the hard work that they've put in over the course of not just the last 4 years, but probably many, many years before that. It is also a day to recognize all of you who are here. They would be the first ones to tell you that they did not get here on accident. They did not get here by luck. They got here because not only did they work hard, but you guys as friends, family, teachers, coaches, counselors, or whatever other role you may have played, were there to support them along the way when things got tough. You celebrated the victories when things were going well, and you guys put in an awful lot of time, money, energy, effort, and all those other kind of things to help them get to this point. So while we're certainly going to recognize and celebrate them, I also want to recognize you guys for all of your efforts and the role that you've played in their lives and getting them to here, and I know that you're going to continue to do that as they move on to bigger and better things. With that being said, I'm going to hand things over and let a few other individuals speak on their behalf, and we will move right along. We hope to be in and out of here about a half an hour. After that, the families will be invited back to the athletic office. We will sign all the paperwork, double check it, triple check it, get it sent away to the various places that need to get that in this morning. And invite the families back for refreshments and things like that. Later on this afternoon, for the football players up here at 1 o'clock is a GMC signing event that is at Beacon Orthopedics in Sharonville. And we have directions for that in the athletic office for those of you who want to attend that. But once again, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to congratulate these 5 individuals on all of their accomplishments and on a fantastic opportunity to go and play their sport at the next level, and get a free education or an education that is paid for in large part, not just because of what they did on the field, but also because of what they did in the classroom, also because of the character that they have and that they've represented themselves with over the last 4 years. And it is truly a great honor and a great accomplishment to get to this point. So with that being said, I will introduce the first of our speakers, our superintendent, Dr. Andrew Jackson.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this morning. To echo what Mr. Joseph said, I agree that these 5 athletes represent more than just athletic ability and skill. They also represent everyone here in the audience and those of you that were not able to make it as well in terms of their support network of family, friends, and coaches. So I'm sure they've thanked you, but I want to thank you as well. Second, they represent desire and hard work. So it takes more than just athletic ability and skills to get up on the stage and take it to the next level. It takes an extreme amount of hard work and dedication to get to there. So I want to personally thank each of these athletes this morning for the way they've represented Colerain High School and Northwest Local School District. I want to remind them that when they go to college, they continue to represent Colerain High School and Northwest Local School District, and I ask that they do it with pride. And then finally, on behalf of the Northwest Local School District, to Maine, Demetrius, Madison, Jordan, and Kendall, I just want to congratulate you on your accomplishments and wish you best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Next will be our principal, Dr. Turner.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you so much for this pleasure and opportunity to not only see these students and athletes in action this year, but you have definitely made my first year as principal at Colerain High School wonderful, and I am very proud to be your principal, and I'm very proud to have seen you all perform this school year. I want to, of course, wish you the best as you pursue not only your athletic career, but also your education career. And I know that you have a wonderful support system behind you, and of course, you have the pride of Colerain High School behind you as well. So again, thank you, and I know that you will be the best because, of course, that is the Colerain way. Good luck. Thank you.
Our girls soccer coach, Mr. Gus Schroeder. Good morning. Madison Baumgartner, who her teammates would affectionately call Lunchbox during the season, was a 4-year varsity starter, captain her senior year, all-city first team 2014, leading goal scorer senior year, 4-year athletic scholar, 3-year all-GMC scholar, only because you cannot win it your freshman year. In her club season, she was 3-time state champion, which is the equivalent of winning state for public school, national champion or national finalist 2012 and 2013. Her junior year, we moved her from the back line, where I'd argue she was one of the best defenders in the city, and moved her to the midfield position. As a midfielder, her skill and prowess helped make our team an offensive threat. Her ability to see places to play the ball is something she does instinctively. Many times I talked to her where I wanted to go with the ball or where to play it, and she would just give me this look, because she already knew what she was going to do and go to the exact same spot. Her hard work, instinctive talent, and dedication is what's led to her success. When I came to the girls program 3 years ago, the former coach, Junkins, was giving me a rundown of all the players on varsity. When Madison's name came up, he said that she was the most talented player that's come through Colerain in the past 10 years. I would have to agree with that statement. Wake Forest is not only gaining a great soccer player, but also a great individual. Good luck, Madison. Thank you. And our head football coach, Tom Bolden.
First of all, I'd like to start off saying, congratulations, Madison. She has been an aide in the athletic office the past year or so. The good Lord has blessed me with 4 sons, thank goodness. But if I were to have a daughter, I would be very proud if she were to turn out like Madison. What a very, very special young lady. And she is definitely the rose between the thorns this morning. I guarantee you that. But what a special day. What a special day. All right? Now think about this. Today, Christmas, first day of hitting. You guys know that. Remember first practice contact? They all can't wait. And my anniversary, and that's a shameless plug because I know the cameras are here, and I was keep out of the doghouse with my wife. So those days, in no particular order, very, very special. These young men that I have, the number 82, think about this. In the last 8 years as the head coach, these guys I've now had 82 kids go on to play football at the next level and go on to college. And hopefully many, many more to come. But with that comes great responsibility. You got to finish. And you know that. We've always talked about finishing. We only had 13 seniors this year. Only 13. Lowest we've ever had in the history of Colerain High School. We've got 5 that'll sign today. We'll have another 3 in the spring. So 8 of the 13 are going to go on. And that's a pretty darn good percentage. And we take great pride in that. With that, I thank my coaches. I thank the administration. I thank the counselors. I thank the teachers that are out there. All the support that these young men have. And they'll go on to do us proud. I guarantee you that. What I'd like to do real quick, we're going to have Madison, you're going to do this also as we move down the line, okay? But I'm going to introduce who we got. They're going to stand up, and they're going to tell you who come with them today. Now, Demetrius has brought an entourage, his own camera crew, and all that. They literally take up the first several rows. So he may not get to everybody. We're just going to have that whole crew stand up and wave when we get to that point. So first to the left here, we have Maine Williams, and Maine was a safety for us. He was an all-league performer. He was a 2-year starter for us. He was a young man that we moved from outside linebacker to safety. He will be attending Ohio University. So Maine, stand up. This is the moment they wait. Who's with you today, Maine?
Well, my wonderful mother and her brother, which is my uncle, and my grandma.
Give us a wave, guys, out there, so we can all acknowledge you all. All right, Demetrius, affectionately known to his classmates and his teammates, had the best nickname on the team, Demetrius Meat Rack Colbert. Demetrius was a linebacker, defensive lineman for us. He was the player of the year defensively in our league this year. He was first team All-State, and he will be attending the Ohio University also. So I know it's tough, but you better make sure you acknowledge Grandma and them. But go ahead and point out your entourage today, Demetrius.
My father, my aunt, my mom, my cousins, and my sisters. And my godfather.
There you go. I was going to say, and his own camera crew. How about that? Thank you. All right, like we got to the rows that we have between the thorns. We all know. Stand up.
I brought my dad, Mark, my mom, Cindy, my sister, Alexa, and all my best friends.
Ah, there you go. Thank you, Matt. Okay, Jordan Asbury, our next young man, who he epitomizes what Colerain's all about. Okay, he runs fast. We do a lot of that. Okay, he's a great track athlete also. Very high in terms of academics, very important to him and his mother and things like that. And I am so proud of this young man because he will be attending West Point. He will be playing for the Army. Okay, and I can tell you this. When that happens, young men of that quality and all that, I know we're much safer and this world's a better place with guys like that are going to be future leaders in this country. So I'm extremely proud of him. Jordan Asbury will be attending West Point. Jordan. Who's with you, Jordan?
My dad, Rob, my mom, Kim, and my sister, Jen.
The next young man was probably the most athletic lineman we've had in a long, long time at Colerain. Arguably, probably the most athletic we've ever had at Colerain High School. We were going to move him to tight end because we're really good when our tight end's really good in terms of some of the defenses we face and things like that. So we toured around with that in camp, but we found, not that we, throw it a ton. If I hear Colerain throw the ball, I hear that all the time, especially from my grandmother, okay? But I will say this, we found out real quick he can't catch, okay? So we moved him back to center, and boy, we're glad we are. He is a two-time All-League GMC first team at center, and he is a tremendous athlete, a tremendous young man with a beautiful smile. He's the guy that's always got the jokes. And Kendall Strader will be attending Ashland University. Who's with you today, Kendall?
I got a little entourage too. I got my mom Dukes over here. I got little bro, the next up and coming. I got my auntie D. I got my Oma, this grandma. Then I got my big cousin / personal trainer over there. Then I got my dad. I got
All right, Kendall Strader. By no accident, the four up here in front of you were also our team captains. And I will, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I will miss them because of their football ability, but I'll miss them for their smiles, how they warm my heart, their compassion for one another, their teammates, their classmates, their teachers, everyone. I will sorely miss them for that. And it is a sad day for me, but it is a very, very happy day for me in the same. They are moving on to bigger and better things, but I got to replace a lot of talent. But that's the fun part of coaching, and that's why Dr. Jackson pays me the big bucks. So one last round of applause for all our wonderful athletes. Coach.
right, guys, at this point in time, you guys can go ahead and open up your paperwork, your folders. You can go ahead, and the moment is finally here. You are welcome to sign your national letters of intent. How about one final round of applause, and thank you guys for being here.